Hello everybody, my name is Ifan Yuba and this is 360 Degree Mastery. This is the channel where we teach you personal effectiveness, self-mastery and how to create, grow and manage your wealth. Very quickly, 4 things that you should be teaching your kids. Now, we all want the best for our children, especially those of us that we had a hard time growing up, that grew up in hardship. Now, we seem to be doing a little better. We have good income, good jobs, and we are married, we are comfortable, we want the best for our children, but we tend to forget some of those lessons that we learned growing up. This video is going to jog your memory. 4 things you teach your kids. Number 1, teach your children the value of hard work. When we were growing up, my mom of blessed memory made sure that we learned the value of hard work. Every day we would do chores. When you wake up, you would do the chores that have been apportioned to you. And if you are a boy, you had to go into the kitchen, learn how to cook, how to keep a kitchen clean, how to prepare nice meals. That was one of the things that my mom did for us, and I'm very grateful for that. All right. And when you teach your kids the value of hard work, they will understand that if you want something, if you want to get something in life, then you have to put in effort for it. It's very important. We watch television and we travel to foreign countries and we admire the children of parents, in developed countries, how, by 8 or 9, they have gotten a paper route, they are mowing the lawn, they are walking the neighbor's dog, or they are babysitting the neighbor's children, and they are getting paid for it at that age. By the time they are 15, 16, they have saved up enough money to put a down payment on a car. Could be an old clunker, but they put down, a payment for that car and they apply, get their driver's license, and they are experiencing that independence at that young age. By the time they are 18, 19, they tell their parents, you know what, I think I'm ready to stay on my own, and they move out of the house, they move to the city or they move to another city and they make a go of it. These are things that we admire. So you should teach your children the value of hard work. Secondly, teach your child or your children the value of discipline. Let them know that if you want results, that means you have to keep doing that thing that you are doing until you get results from it. Also teach them that if you do something that is wrong, there is a consequence for that thing. Very important. Let your children know the value of discipline. That is one of the things that you should teach your kids. The third thing that you should teach your kids, teach them the value of freedom. Let your children make their choices for themselves. Do not cage or cuddle or protect your children too much, because if you protect your children from the realities of life, from the realities, the harshness of the real world, one day you're not going to be there to protect them. They're going to go out, they're going to make mistakes that's going to be very costly for them, and they are going to blame you for it. So don't overprotect your children. Teach them the value of freedom. Let your children know that you can make your choices, but when you make choices, you have to live with those choices. If you are doing something, then you have to make sure that you understand the consequence of doing that thing. Teach your children the value of freedom. The 4th thing that you should teach your kids is the value of money. A lot of us, when we were growing up, we were not allowed to handle money, we were not allowed to see money, such that when we did get a little bit of money, the first thing we did was to go out and spend that money on something frivolous. Teach your children the value of money. Let them understand that money is a means to an end and not an end in itself. Let your children be exposed to money. Let them hold on to money for you. Let them learn the basics of accounting. It's very important. I'm teaching the same thing to my own son. He's 5, but I'm teaching him to understand that money is not something to be mystified. Money is not something that you should commit crimes for, or you should sacrifice your integrity, you should sacrifice your comfort, or you should sacrifice your relationships for. It is very important. Teach your children the value of money. Now, these 4 things, I'm going to go through them again. Teach them the value of hard work, teach them the value of discipline, teach them the value of freedom, and teach them the value of money. If you can remember and do this for your kids, then I'm sure that your kids are going to grow up very healthy, very sound, and they are going to love you for it, in later years. Do not leave upbringing of your kids to your pastors or to your church. You can encourage them to go, attend church activities, but that is not where it ends. The things that will make your child what he or she is, they are going to learn from you. They won't learn it from the pastor, they won't learn it from the nanny, they won't learn it from the teacher, they won't learn it from their peers. They are going to learn it from you. So you should learn to raise your kids, teach them by example. What you want them to do, what you want them to emulate, do it yourself. My name is Ifan Yuba, and this is 360 Degree Mastery. Please go ahead and check out our online store. The address is there at the bottom of the screen, saskeventures.com. Click and order our books, add to cart, proceed to checkout. Let us have your details and we'll send to you. Remember my book, All the Way Up, I've talked about it. It's a wonderful book. Please go out and get it. Get my other books, 360 Degree Mastery and Get Up, Get Busy, Get That A. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are coming out. My name is Ifeanyi Ubah, and I wish you a prosperous week ahead. Please go ahead and make that effort. Raise your children, teach them the correct values, and you'll be glad you did, because they will become useful members of society and they will thank you and appreciate you as the years go by. Namaste.